What is up there, guys? This is Cobb and welcome back to another episode of Ironman Leveling, and I heard your guys' calls for longer episodes, man. You guys want more podcasty, long-form style episodes, and so in this one, I'm going to try to deliver. So as you can see, we're level 30 right now. You know what, I should start doing this at the start of every episode. Pingu actually mentioned this to me, just going over all the gear and stuff. Yeah, it's all garbage, it's all white and all that. Statistics, no deaths. Alright, now that that's out the way, we got a pretty interesting question in from Mr. Frigo in the last episode. He just commented down below. I'd like you to talk more in detail about how you went from never touching WoW again to getting hyped up again. So I'm not entirely sure that I consider myself like currently super hyped up about the game. Yeah, I'm enjoying the expansion and stuff, but it's not like I'm super hooked on the game, you know. I just can't put the game down or something once I start playing, any of that kind of business. But I honestly think what happened is that I just took such a long break from the game that, like, after being away from the game for like a year, all of the little things that were kind of irritating me, all of the little things that I felt were kind of weighing me down and just pissing me off and getting to me, you know, for far, far too long, things like, you know, Destruction Warlocks not being in the place that I want them to be, and, you know, things like pressuring myself to put out PvP videos, because, man, I do that kind of shit all the time, you know? And just all of the little problems that I had with the game. They all suddenly just feel really, really distant now. And in fact, having, like, such a huge break from the game, it's kind of put a lot of things into perspective in that it's just not worth getting pissed off about those things. It's a fucking game at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And doing things like, you know, forcing myself to play arena just so I can keep up with PvP gear. Even though I didn't enjoy the arena, nor did I enjoy so much really towards the end, you know, the PvP that I was gearing up for, it just didn't make a lot of fucking sense. But when you've been doing something like that for so long, I guess sometimes it takes a pretty huge break, like I took, for you to actually be able to take a step back and see that, like, what the fuck am I, what am I actually doing right now? So now that I'm back into the game, I can honestly say that I've never given fewer damns about where we are in the game in terms of, like, gear on my main. I'm almost reluctant to call my Warlock my main anymore, even. Honestly, my fucking main is this goddamn Ironman character, you know? It's not to say that Cobrak, the character, the Warlock, isn't always going to hold a special place in my heart. It's always going to be the first character that I level in a new expansion, and all of that good stuff. But I'm certainly not in a place where, like, right now I think Colb's item level, like my Warlock's item level, is like 339 or something like that, you know? PvP season's been active for a while, and I just don't give a damn. I'm just not interested in it, you know? What the fuck is this, man? I'm stuck in combat with a bunch of eggs. Pretend to be dead so the eggs look away from me. Fucking eggs. And I think that this is the point I was trying to make when I made, you know, the comeback video. Oh, Cobb is back, all of that kind of stuff, you know? Is that I'm literally only interested in doing things in the game that I find meaningful and that I find a lot of enjoyment out of. I think the point I'm trying to get across is that when it comes to playing these games and setting up these challenges for myself and stuff, I'm really making a big conscious effort now to just not do anything that I feel obliged to do. I'll not do something because I feel obliged to do it, but do things because I personally find them meaningful. And, you know, we've had a few comments already, like, lol, he doesn't find arena meaningful, but he wants to level a low-level character, you know? Well, yeah, I fucking do, alright? Because if we hit level 120, then we'll actually be world first this expansion to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if we only in the first 10 players this expansion to complete the fucking Ironman challenge, are you kidding me, dude? That's amazing. Oh my god, man, let's get the hell out of here. That would be an amazing achievement, man. I'd be super stoked about that. Where's my pet? No, don't kill it. It's mine, Muckgill. No. Do I get to loot it? Oh yeah, I do. Good. Normally when the guards one-shot things feel like that, sometimes you lose the loot. Let's go ahead and collect that up, man. But yeah, man, all the damn resentfulness is gone. All of the sense of obligation to play the game a certain way and produce a certain kind of content and keep up with gear and all of those kinds of things. All of that shit is just gone, man. It's gone. And that feels great. Like, this expansion for me is just, it's just Ironman leveling. And that's it, you know? And I understand that I'm like one of maybe 100 fucking people or something this expansion playing it in this way, but this is what pleases me, so that's what I'm going to keep on doing. We got another question coming up as well towards the end of this video, but you know what? I'm just going to level around for a little bit. We've also got some mail actually from Mr. Arivon. Mr. Arivon has sent us some mail, so we'll be checking in on that. Though I don't know if it contains a message as well, but it definitely contains an item that I'm able to sell for a decent amount of gold. Which obviously I'm not going to be able to accept. Mr. Arivon, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry man, I appreciate the damn gesture. But I'm going to have to return the mail, if it does actually contain an item that you intend for me to sell. Not allowed to receive any help, man. This is a completely solo challenge, which again is part of the reason that I enjoy it so much, I guess. No relying on other people, no waiting on other people, you know. You'll all be happy to know as well that, as predicted in last episode, Pingu's gone and fucking died again, man, in Iron Man. Well, you might not be happy to know that, but it's kind of funny. Because in his last 3 attempts, I don't know how many attempts he's had now in total over the space of like a month, but it's been quite a few. In his last 3 attempts, he's died every time before hitting level 20, man. It's quite upsetting. Because the thing is, man, he's going stir crazy trying to rush his way through all of the starting quests because he's so bored of that shit. But he's actually just getting lower and lower level every time because he keeps on pulling too many mobs or, you know, this, that, and the other. And it's like I said to him, man. It's like I said to him. Iron Man is like fucking, I want to say 80% patience. 80% patience, man. Most people give up on Iron Man before they even hit level 20. Oh, fuck, I was supposed to capture that son of a bitch. Alright, so we're playing without our hands on the keyboard right now. And that's because I'm about to answer a question where shit might get serious pretty quick, you know what I mean? This is a topic that I've been wanting to bring up for a while. Something that I've known about for a while, but I've just never really taken the time to actually speak about in a video. And honestly, it's time to change that shit, right? I might as well just be fucking open and honest about this, and as honest about the answer to this question from Peak Nuisance as I possibly can. So, he asks, so you said you are going to the gym 5 to 6 times a week. That is correct. What is your goal? Get bigger, more mass, more strength? Are we gonna see Bajira 2.0 soon? Man, I'm not sure why this shit is making me so fucking nervous to talk about, man. It feels a little bit strange. But hey, my purposes for going to the gym are quite simple. They are basically all health related. Now, I wanna be able to look good. I wanna stay physically strong and physically able and all of that good shit, you know. And I feel like I've made some gains. All right, I put on like 1.5 stone of weight actually, in like the past 1.5 years or something like that. So that is a positive side effect. But anyway, the main health reason behind this stems from my mother. My dear old mother, man. So I'm going to start all the way at the beginning. And again, I've never really spoken about this kind of shit before. This is the first time I'm ever really speaking about this in a kind of public forum. So I'm not sure where this is going to go. But we're just going to fucking go there. When I was like 4.5, 5 years old, my mother went in for an operation to remove a tumor that was either right at the back of her brain, or it was at the very least at the back of her neck, essentially attached to her spinal cord. Now, though I didn't realize it at the time, she was essentially a coin toss away from dying. It was an extremely dangerous surgery. I mean, having a tumor in a place like that, there's all kinds of complications that can happen. Paralysis, you know, even if you survive the surgery, there's all kinds of crazy shit that can go wrong with that. I was 5 years old at the time. I'm visiting my mother in the hospital. I'm eating the grapes and the fruit, you know, that's at the bedside. I'm not really understanding what the fuck's going on, but I look back now and I think to myself, holy shit. So it turns out that my mother has a genetic disease known as NF type 3, also known as schwannomatosis. It almost sounds fucking made up, right? And it might as well be. It affects less than 1 in 40,000 people. She didn't know this at the time that, you know, she was pregnant with my youngest brother. So, of course, she'd had it all her life. It only became manifest in her middle age. Symptoms manifest themselves once you hit middle age, right? So this wasn't the only major surgery that she's had. This disorder essentially gives you an incredibly high likelihood of growing benign tumors predominantly around your spinal cord and peripheral nerves and all of the places that you just don't want to fucking get tumors, right? So my mother has this genetic disease. She's had other major operations since, but none quite as dangerous as when I was, 4 or 5 years old. Thank Christ. Needless to say, though, she's kind of scarred up a little bit. She has a hell of a goddamn scar from a tumor that had to be removed from the backside of her lung, kind of from like the side of the spine, and it's just like a huge goddamn C-shaped wing-like scar on her back, and that resulted in some, minor nerve damage and all that kind of stuff. But you wouldn't really think of it, to look at it. She's a tough cookie, my mum, Now, it obviously turns out that the condition is hereditary. You can develop it randomly, just from, extreme bad luck. But if you are the child of a parent who has schwannomatosis, you have a 50-50 chance of developing the disorder yourself. So my brother was the first of me and my siblings to get tested. I have an older sister, I have a younger brother. He was the first to get tested, and he tested positive. So my brother does also have the same genetic disease in his, the middle stages of his life, up until, the older stages of his life. He is extremely likely, it's like a 90% likelihood, that he'll begin developing tumors on his spine. Now, I just want to preface this, that not all of the tumors are like super dangerous. They're all benign. There's no reason to suggest that, these are malignant tumors that are going to become cancerous and all of that kind of stuff. They're just dangerous because of the places on your body that they can grow, right? So my brother tested positive. Sucks. He kind of just took it, like water off his back. Yeah, I don't give a damn, blah, 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 blah. He's just that kind of person, who'll just throw caution to the wind. Well, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to live my life to the full, and I'm just not going to worry about it, I'm not quite sure how true that is. He definitely puts on a very, very convincing show of it. I think on some level he is a little bit nervous about it, but he's never ever gonna admit that, Anyway, so myself and my sister also went in to be tested simultaneously. My results came back. I tested positive as well, so I do also have the genetic disease. My sister, luckily, the one sibling who I guess we were all kind of quietly hoping wouldn't have the disorder the most, she tested negative. So good stuff. The reason that we were really hoping that she did not have the disorder is because she already has 2 kids. Obviously my niece and my nephew. So the fact that my sister does not have the disorder means that there is no chance that she can then pass on NF3 or schwannomatosis to her kids. So that's great stuff. But yeah, myself and my brother do have the damn disorder. Now, it feels like a lot of people were a lot more devastated than I was about it. Like, I kind of read the results and was like, yeah, fuck, shit, well, this sucks. It would be nice not to have schwannomatosis right now. And I swear I'm going to bring this topic all full circle in just a little bit to the question that was actually being asked. But yeah, a lot of people were super worried about it, and a lot of people had a lot of questions about it. Oh, are you okay? Like how are you feeling? Even the doctor, when she gave me the results, we have support groups for people with, hereditary illnesses like this. A lot of the times they can feel like they're not in control, and, oh, why does this have to happen to me? How could this happen to me, Why me? Why me? And cursing the stars and the powers that be and all of that kind of shit. And there's a lot of ways that you can easily be resentful about that and kind of irritated about that. And I get it. I get how people can feel like, they're kind of like a victim of the universe, You're born with this fucking thing. You're born with schwannomatosis or whatever hereditary bullshit you've got to fucking deal with, and you had no control over it. You didn't ask to be here, after all, but here you are, with your shortcomings and these extra hurdles that you have to jump that no one else has to jump. And you can develop a real victim complex from this, and I can understand that. But I suppose my counter-argument to it was, instead of sitting here saying, why me, why the fuck not me? You know what I'm saying? It's not like if I had the option to pass off my diagnosis to somebody else and I could just be rid of it, and give it to somebody else, I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Why not me? Shit happens. It's fucking life, And at the end of the day, you can either just choose to make the best of it, do everything in your power to to not be cowed in the face of whatever the fuck is in front of you and whatever hand you're dealt. I mean, I don't really see any other alternative to that, you know? And at the end of the day, yeah, you could sit here saying, oh, 1 in 40,000 people, Jesus, that means that I'm like one of, I don't know, a couple of hundred people in all of WoW that have to deal with this shit, you know? You know, I could go down that route, but to be honest, I think there's a lot of people who would deal with this a lot worse than me. You know, I'm not the kind of person who worries. I'm not the kind of person who fucking stresses about anything. I just form an action plan as quickly as I can and just start fucking executing. And that's what my exercise regime is all about. That's what it's all about. It's about staying as strong and as fit and as healthy as possible so that if one day, there's like a 10% chance that I won't show any symptoms. And that would be fucking grand. But given that there's a 90% chance that I'm going to begin growing tumors on my spine, I'd say that it would be pretty prudent of me to prepare my body as much as possible for the stresses and consequences of surgery, you know? So here I am. I'm eating healthy as fuck, right? I eat only whole grain carbs. I eat a ton of fucking lean meat basically every day. I eat a bunch of eggs basically every day. Eat a ton of fruit, ton of veg. I'm on like 5 or 6 meals a day, man. Jesus Christ. And I'm at the gym like 5-6 times a week as well. So I'm just trying to keep myself as strong as possible, man. And that's all I can do. I think the only part that really got to me is I was out drinking with my family at one point. And this was like a month after the diagnosis. And we didn't really speak about it that much at that point. Me and my family, we don't really talk that much. Unless things are really dire and really grave, we all just let each other get on with it. You know what I mean? And I remember my mum asked me, you know, are you okay with it? Are you okay? She said. And of course, I knew what she was really asking. Alright, Jesus. Fuck me. See, I've never really spoken about this kind of shit before. It's a bit, weird. And of course I don't, you know? Fuck. Why is this so hard, man? Fuck, I'm just gonna say it quick so that it's done, right? Look at man, I'm getting all fucking flustered up in here. Of course I don't, right? I feel like I'm speaking to my mom right now. Of course I don't blame her, right? She didn't even know that she had the disease when she was pregnant with me. And even if she did, I still wouldn't blame her. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather be alive with whatever fucking diagnosis I've got, you know, with schwannomatosis, and have done all of the things. Fuck me. I had a suspicion some shit like this was gonna go down, man. I'd rather have been around with the goddamn disease and met all of you guys and made all of the videos and married Sophie and done all of the things that I've done rather than just having not existed at all, you know? And I'm not getting upset for me. I'm really not. Fuck. I really want to try and close this up on a goddamn positive, man, but fuck it. The positive is that I've got fucking schwannomatosis and not somebody else who can't deal with that shit. You know what I mean? That is the fucking positive. I'm fucking done. Now where the fuck is the goddamn mailbox so I can read Aravon's goddamn mail and wrap this shit up, man? Fuck. I didn't know this shit was gonna get so heavy, boys. You know? Flying back to the goddamn sepulchre to read your mail, Aravon. I hope that you're happy. Alright, man. That's enough with the heavy shit, man. But that's why I work out. There you go. Are you happy? What the hell? Who asked that question again? It was Peak Nuisance. I hope you're happy, man. You forced it out of me. Well, you didn't. But look, I'd rather fucking bring this shit up with you guys now and let you guys know what the fuck's going down. So if in like 2 or 3 years from now, I gotta go for a couple of months, right? because I'm gonna have to undergo some fucking major surgery or some shit. Now again, I want to reiterate, these are fucking benign tumours. These are benign growths. They're not cancerous. On their own, they're not life-threatening. They only become super dangerous if left unsurgically removed, okay? A lot of them are benign. I think my mom right now actually has like 3 tumours, and she's had them for like a few years now, and they're fine. They're not causing any damage. They're putting, like, one of them is putting a little bit of pressure on, like, on the back of her stomach, so that's just resulting in things like fucking indigestion. You know what I'm saying? They're not all fucking super dangerous, but obviously I have to be cautious and on the lookout and ready for if and when the time comes. Sell price. Okay, hey oh, here we go, more goddamn questions, man. What's up, man, Aravon? Okay, hey Cobb, got 3 questions. Number 1, if you could go back to Mr. Pandaria days of Destro, Mob Destro for the win, would you push rating to rank 1? Well, let's just rewind a little bit. Would I like to go back to Mr. Pandaria? I don't know, maybe. I think that going back to something, like, how long ago was Mr. Pandaria? To me, it feels like a couple of years ago. Would I want to go back there already? Maybe, maybe not. Would I push rank 1? Probably not. Probably not. I'd probably be doing exactly what I am now, which is fucking Ironman leveling and playing other games here and there. Pushing things like rank 1 in Arena and stuff, that's never really interested me. Team-based achievements never really interest me. Things like the Prestige Challenge that we did, you know. Making a big montage all on my own, you know, solo Destro PvP. Completing the Ironman Challenge, other gaming challenges that I can do solely on my own. Those interest me a lot more. I like having 1v1s with myself, which also plays into probably why I like the gym so much, you know? Trying to beat personal bests, trying to last just that 5 minutes longer, trying to push out, you know, just one more set of rows or whatever. Yeah, I'm all about the personal challenges, so pushing it rank 1, never really been my thing. Number 2, what do you think of making videos about 1v1ing viewers or other non-players like Zwen, Savix, and others in wargames? You're probably referencing the Dueling with Cobb series that we kind of let go a while back, and that kind of just died off as my, you know, burning desire to PvP everything I saw slowly died off as well. So, I don't know, I'm not going to say that this is impossible, but I definitely have no plans to do things like this in the immediate future. And will you play Alien Isolation or Outlast 2? Just a horror game for once. Jesus Christ. Okay, P.S. I think you will fail at level 117, but I hope you reach 120. It would be awesome. Thanks very much, man, Aravon. I hope that we reach 120 too. Playing horror games on the channel, I'm much more into things like atmospheric horror games, which I guess Alien Isolation is. The problem is, I've watched almost all horror game Let's Plays. Sorry, just as Let's Plays on YouTube already. I'm a big fan of the horror genre, as long as I'm not playing it myself, you know what I mean? So, that's where I stand on that. Is a horror game impossible to happen in the future? Definitely not. Definitely not. Who the hell just joined the goddamn Battle.net call? Oh, Caben just finally joined. Alright, anyways, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode, guys. Sorry if I put it down on people's days, but you know what? The fucking takeaway from this goddamn video, right, is that shit happens. Shit happens, man. But you know what? You just gotta fucking own it, man. You just gotta own it. Fucking really bad shit is gonna fucking happen to you, right? And you're gonna think to yourself, why me? Why is it always me? Why does it have to be me? But why not you? Why not me with what I got, you know? At the end of the day, I'm gonna fucking deal with this shit. And there's people out there that wouldn't be able to deal with this shit and would get depressed and would let it fucking cripple them and make them give up and all this and all that, right? But I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna fucking do everything in my goddamn power to stay as strong as fucking possible, and we're just gonna goddamn crush it. I'm not worried at all. Again, I got a little bit upset about, I guess, the topic of, you know, my mother being stupidly guilty. She's got nothing to be goddamn guilty about, man. And I'm just gonna stop there because I'm gonna fucking start again, man. That's the first time I've ever spoken about that, so... Phew, I didn't really see that shit coming, man. But hey, have a great day regardless. Go out there and fucking crush something, man. Crush it for me. We're gonna catch all of you guys in the next episode of Ironman Leveling, and ta-ta. God damn it.